Good morning, everybody. First, thank you for being here today. I am Sahil from Mechanical A batch. I am here today to talk you to about new technology that's augmented reality and its application in our industry. Let's start. These are the contents of my presentation. Now, without the wasting a single minute, let's move towards the presentation. Basically, the AR is a combination of the real world view by the user and the virtual scene generated by the computer that's improve or augment the real scene with the additional information. Let's take an example. When you saw the cricket match on the television, you you s- in that you saw the presenter show the path of the ball that see in the picture. In short, they added the virtual object to improve their information. Now let's move on to the next slide. The concept of the augmented reality first developed by the Ivan Sutherland in 1960s. Then 1990s AR being used in the live cricket matches. Since the growth of the AR and progress have started in 2000s. The new inventions like the Google Glass and Microsoft HoloLens are introduced. Now move on to the next slide, which is the comparison between the augmented reality and the virtual reality. Since in the case of the VR, it's completely immerse you in the synthetic environment, make you isolate from the real world. But in the case of the AR allows the see the real world as well as the virtual object, not make you isolate from the real world. So I think now you got a good understanding about the AR and VR. Now let's move on to the next topic. There are the three basic type of augmented reality, which is the marker based, second one is the markerless, and third one is the projection based. In the case of the marker base, it's simply the scanning of QR code and you will get the info about it. But in the case of the markerless, it performs the working on the basis of the tracking system. There are no markers is provided. Last one is a air is projection based. It's simply a hologram and it's allowed to interact with it. Now let me now move on to the next slide, which is the basic required components to the AR system. The first component is the display. Basically in the market there are the three displays available. First one is a head-mounted display, second one is the tablet or smartphone, and third one is a hologram producing display, or we can say that the spatial display. The next required component is the tracking system. It includes the GPS system and sensor like a gyroscope, accelerometer, which map our orientation with respect to Earth. The last one is a mobile computing power. There are many software applications available in the market that helps the system to perform their task. Let's move towards the working. The working of marker based AR is very simple. Let's understand the step by step. First, the target image is captured by our camera, which are already registered in our software application. The second, the capturing module collect the frames of image and it sent to the two components, which one is a tracking system and second one is a application. In last, the data from the tracking system and software application collect and we will get the augmented image on our AR display. Let's move on to the next slide. Role of AR in manufacturing industry. There are many platforms where the augmented reality technology implemented. According to the survey of PTC over the industry, it shows the field service implementing the AR in higher percentage is all about the 26 percentage. To know more about it, let's move to the next slide. There are the many challenges faced by the field service in today's condition. The first one challenge is a high technician turnover. For train the new people, the the department has to hire the trainer trainer. For that the lot of amount is used. The second one challenge is the inadequate skill training. Every day the machinery going to advance. It becomes very hard to update the worker for it. The third one challenge is complex assembly. The process of the assemblies take a lot of time while producing, completing. The fourth one is a complex manual. It take a the complex manual take a time to get understand by the worker. And the fifth one is a service delivery. There are the less expertise available in the market. For because of that, the industry has to deal with the customer dissatisfaction. For that, the augmented reality is a solution. The augmented reality is a in the in the first, if we implement it in the training, the worker get the fast knowledge about the process. The second one, if we use the AR in the field guides, the manager got the dynamically updated the info on his display. The third one, the short problem of our product can be solved by the remote assistant who interact with the product remotely and tell the solution. It's like a self-service. Let's move on to the most interesting topic, application. Ford industry already implementing AR in the design department or designing the process of model. And the second one, the Land Rover made the Boss Cap software platform for the smartphones, which helps their mechanics to understand the new design. The third one is the Boeing industry is the one of the first industry who started the use of the AR first. To get more about the Boeing industry, let's move towards the next slide. Basically, Boeing industry is the American industry who manufacture the aircraft, airplanes, but there is a challenges about the complex web harness. Because of that, 30% error is always present during the production. For that, the augmented reality is a solution. Boeing industry start the use of Google Glass, which give the right time info about the harness and its connections. For that, for that, the Boeing industry reduce their error by the 25%. Let's move on to the next slide. Limitation. The first and main problem with the air technology, it is very costly. And the second limitation is a user limitation. It take a time to get understand by the user the how interfaces react with it. This third one is a social acceptance. Because of the size of AR system is not accepted by the every user. The size of the AR is now so big. Now let's move on to the next topic, the future scope. For the predictive maintenance of machinery, the AR technology can be used. You will get the direct updated info on our display. The second one is the worker get the safety warning message on the display that helps to make the industrial environment safer. And third one is the big change in the automobile market industry. The showroom will be replaced by the air technology. In last, I will conclude that conclude that the augmented reality is the another step further into the digital age as well as see in our industry environment change dynamically either through the tablets, glasses or even windows in the future to display the enhanced content. This is This has the amazing application that can allow us to live our lives more productively, more safely, and more informatically. Thank you.